Thank you so much.
Senator Whitehouse.
Thank you, Chairman. Welcome,
Good
Ms.
morning.
Perez. I am delighted that you are here and look forward to supporting your confirmation. I want to ask you a question regarding the Voting Rights Act. There has been some criticism of your nomination that you have dwelt unduly on issues of race with respect to the Voting Rights Act. Could you let us know why, with respect to the voting rights law, that is actually a necessary thing to consider?
Thank you, Senator. For the past 15 years or so, I have been an advocate on behalf of an organization and on behalf of clients who seek a free, fair, and accessible vote. As a civil rights litigator, I am duty-bound to be hypersensitive and attuned to issues of disparity and racism, and to protect and guard against any threats to a free, fair, and accessible vote. And as such, I have been vigilant about monitoring and watching and researching potential threats to a fair vote.
And in fact, Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act makes it actionable to deny or abridge the right of any citizen of the United States to vote on account of race or color, does it not?
That is correct, sir.
So that's actually in the law.
Part of my job, sir.
Part of your job. And it's part of your job because it's part of the law.
That is correct, sir.
Yeah. I'm actually, I think, more to your side than to the originalist side as regards the Constitution. I like your use of the word enduring. I think we do have an enduring Constitution, and we do have principles in it that endure, but that have to adapt to changing circumstances in society, whether it's new means of communication or new economic realities. And I think too often originalism is used as a device to try to impose value judgments rather than principle. I think it was William F. Buckley who years ago said the purpose of conservatism is to stand athwart history yelling, "Stop." And I don't think the Constitution is designed that way. So I just want to say I appreciate your perspective. I tend to share it, and I think your use of the word enduring is a very appropriate one. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that in any respect, but thank you for saying that.
I would say, Senator, that I love the Constitution. I love the principles it sets out. I love that under the Constitution we are all equal under the law, that we all have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I love that we all have the right to free exercise, and I am entirely persuaded in the wisdom of the frameworks it sets up, things like the rule of law, separation of powers, an independent judiciary, and federalism. As part of those frameworks, it allows us as Americans to live up to our ideals. So those frameworks improve our values, and those values guide our framework. And I think together the country is getting stronger and can get stronger.
In the context of frameworks, let me ask a final question here that I ask of a great many of the nominees who come before us, because in the framework of the United States Constitution is the jury, criminal jury and the civil jury. And the importance of the jury was something that was really evident to the founders. It was part of the casus belli of the revolution. It was mentioned in our founding documents. And I think many historians see it as a way for popular expression of governance by local communities. And so it's been with some degree of distress and dismay that I've watched jury trials more and more evaporate in the federal system. A lot of it has to do with Supreme Court decisions that have made it easier for big and powerful interests to get out of cases before they, in some cases, even have to properly answer discovery. In other cases, it's been allowing big, powerful interests to divert people away from juries and into mandatory arbitration, for instance, which is very often a rigged game. Would you say a word about the historic role of the jury and whether you have any hesitation about protecting and defending the institution of the jury as contemplated in the Constitution?
Senator, the jury is an important bedrock position in our judicial system. Certainly as an appellate court judge, I would not be interacting with juries, but I certainly would apply all of the standards of deference and reverence for the decisions issued by juries.